Darlings, it's Mummy, Sybil Bruncheon, and it's Friday. And darlings, Mummy is downtown to go to her dermatologist because I go quite regularly to make sure that Mr. C, Mr. Bad Cancer, hasn't come back. So I try to be very meticulous. Here we are on Varick Street and North Moore Street. This is what's known as Tribeca. It's the triangle below Canal Street. And it's below Soho, for those of you that don't know. And it's a gray, sort of sullen day, and it's not very pleasant, but this part of town has got loads of history. It's got wonderful old buildings juxtaposed against all sorts of modern architecture. And of course we have special sites like this one. How many people can tell me what famous movie this building was in? Yes, just look closely. I'll give you a hint. Imagine an ambulance, a 1950s ambulance driving into the front, painted white with a ghost on it. Yes, exactly. This is the original Ghostbusters building, which of course had the huge, monstrous eruption of their reactor, their ghost storage reactor exploding, and there's the building. You can see like buildings like this, the old factory buildings, from the 1890s and 1900s, were all lofts and were, inhabited by either factories or by artists. And then eventually they became quite luxurious, although they still have very dirty windows, which I don't understand. And then, of course, Rag and Bone came in, and all the luxury goods came down here and sort of gentrified and wrecked everything. Here's a building that just screeches history. Look at this. This has been around forever. This building has got tons of history. And then look, behind it, a new apartment building. It's so fascinating the way architecture is done down here and is reconfigured and reimagined. Look at that building. That building is definitely from the early 1800s, right there on the corner. And I'll walk around here so I can show it to you. Something went out of business in the bottom, which is unfortunate. Look at that on the corner of the red brick building. That building is definitely from the 1800s. New windows. And then, of course, you've got shocking pieces of modern architecture. Things that look like they're a cross between Tinker Toys and Legos. It's a wonder that that thing even stands. I mean, and there's no floor plan from one floor to the other that's similar. Each apartment in that place must be absolutely extraordinary. But you could see how people have taken old buildings and put new buildings against them, and look at the old signs. Good old Rubber Company. I love this part of town. I adore this part of town. I'm not thrilled that working people have all been priced out of it. That's not appealing at all. But I wanted you to see that. Look at this. These old buildings. Look at this little green building. And then they're putting up something new beside it, and they've taken old GE buildings like this or AT&T buildings and turned them into apartments and condos and everything. This part of town is a jumble of streets that are angled and everything. There's almost no gridiron down here, so it's always exciting to come down here. But again, like I said, I wish there was a way to keep the city vibrant and still available. Oh well. Mummy is not so thrilled with change at any cost. Everything that is new is not necessarily better. Anyway, off to my dermatologist. I'll talk to you all later, darlings, and I'll give you a complete report. And no, he's not on the penthouse there. But what he charges certainly could be. All right, talk to you later, darlings. Bye-bye.